Well, hello everybody. I'm trying to start something a bit different here. We'll see how long it lasts, but basically, I'm going to be making videos of my investing in crypto strategy, maybe every 2 weeks or so, maybe less than that. And really, this is not actually for you, it's mainly for me. I don't want you to go out there and copy my strategy. I don't want to convince you to buy into crypto or Bitcoin or anything like that. What I'm really concerned with is just comparing what my thoughts were maybe a month or more ago and what they are now. Um, right now, it's December 29th, 2023. We're just ending off the year with Bitcoin around $24,000. We've had a really nice run up here since the beginning of the year. A lot of people say we're basically in a bull market now, and I would generally agree with that. I don't think we're going to be going lower than where we were in November of last year, which was around 15,000. Um, but yeah, you would have more than doubled your investment had you bought way back at the beginning of the year. Um, Although doing so is easier said than done, and maybe that's something we can talk about in another video. But for now, I would like to focus on where I think Bitcoin could possibly top in our current cycle. In the previous cycle, we topped in, depending on who you ask, either April or November of 2021, and our top was around 65, 69K. Um, and so one of the things I'm doing to estimate when the next top could be is I've sort of gathered these four metrics in this sheet. The first one is the last cycle top. So this is the days between the previous cycle top and the current cycle top. I'll explain that in a sec, but the other three metrics are the days between the cycle bottoms, days in bull run before new all-time high, and days in bull run since passing the previous all-time high. And so let me just demonstrate what those four metrics are if we look at the 2017 and 2021 highs, or cycles, I should say. So measuring from the top of the 2017 cycle to the top of uh, the 2021 top, this is the number of days we're looking at. And then if you look at the bottom to the top, we're going to measure from here to here. That's the second metric. The third metric is measuring from the bottom to when we break the previous all-time high. And the last metric was measuring from the previous all-time high, breaking the previous all-time high to the new all-time high or the cycle top. And you can see that I've compiled the data for those four metrics on the past three cycles. And so from these metrics, we can extrapolate when the next tops are going to be. You can see I have 2024 written here, but really that should be 2024 with the asterisks, because based on this extrapolation, we're putting dates as far as 2025, late 2025. And just to visualize that a bit better, I've put these boxes on the chart. Of course, these are not indicative of price. These are just estimates for date. So just ignore that this happens to line up with this price. So let's look at the first box. This has the largest margin of error. This is the top dates according to the average time between cycle tops. And so this is estimating that our next top could happen as early as August 2024 or as late as November 2025. So that's a pretty large band of error. That's basically over a year of error. So let's narrow that down a bit and let's look at the next widest or another metric. And so this is the top dates according to the average time after cycle bottom. And this estimates that the next earliest top would happen in March 2025 or as late as October 2025. So that's about half a year of error. We can also look at this box, which is not predicting the top, but rather when the previous top is going to be broken. And so our current previous top stands around 69K, as I said earlier. And so based on the metrics that I've compiled, we can expect that price to be broken sometime between July 2024 and December 2024. So that's more than half a year away from now. And this final box is actually an extrapolation of an extrapolation. So there's a, it's actually based off this box. Um, the time, uh, the top based on when we broke the previous all-time high. So um, I have a double margin of error, and this suggests that next top could be December 2024 to October 2025. The interesting thing is that all these three boxes tend to converge around this area. So that would suggest that we can put our highest degree of confidence between March 2025 and October 2025. That is still a pretty large margin of error, but still, it suggests that a lot of people, the things a lot of people saying on YouTube now, like, oh, we're going to see a top in early 2025 and we're just going to go parabolic, it's suggesting that that may not be true. It's suggesting that if we align with the trend of previous cycles, we're going to expect a top more so in mid to late 2025 rather than next year. So yeah, it turns out we have quite a bit of time left to go in this cycle. Um, Another thing that people are talking a lot about is the ETF that's going to be approved early next year. We also have the halving event, which should happen in April. And a lot of people are saying this is going to make the price just go crazy. I think that's definitely a possibility, but I'm not excluding the possibility that this is a buy the rumor and sell the news kind of event where we could just see the price dump a fair bit. And you know, we've had a pretty crazy run up here. It would be actually good to see a healthy correction from here after this crazy run. And this would not at all contradict what we've seen in previous cycles. We've seen pretty major corrections in the bull run. For example, this was a 22% correction. Back in the 2017 top, before the top, we saw a correction of 40%. And so just for reference, if we saw a 40% correction right now from today's price, that would put us around 25K. So that's a significant drop from 42, and that's just happens to coincide with the bottom of this consolidation range. So I would actually be quite happy about that. I would welcome that, and I would buy in definitely into Bitcoin some more. Um, and so yeah, generally my strategy for now, and this is subject to change, but my strategy for now is to hold my current Bitcoin. And if we see some significant drops, which I do hope and expect to see in 2024, I would try to buy into those dips and then wait until we start to get around new all-time highs, and possibly consider selling. And how I decide whether I'm going to sell or not, that's a topic for another video, but I think that's about it for today. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.